Unrelated Incidents 1.
It's the language of the gutter, that is said. It's the language of the gutter.
Alright for funny stuff or Stanley Baxter but love and science and that, no.
The language of the intellect, is said. The language of the intellect's English. Then when the door slid open, he raised his hat, gien me a farewell nod, flung out his right foot boldly, and fell 8 stories down the empty lift shaft.
2. If you still haven't worked out the difference between your eyes and your ears, gaze peace, pal. If you still haven't thought of language as a sound system, if you haven't had a think about the difference between sound and object and symbol, well, my innocent wee friend, as God said to Adam, I don't care if he caught an apple or an apple, just lay it alone. 3. This is the 6 o'clock news, the man said, and the reason I talk with a BBC accent is 'cause he wouldn't want me to talk about the truth with a voice like one of you, Scruff. If I talked about the truth like one of you, Scruff, you wouldn't think it was true. Just one of you, Scruff, talking. There's a right way to spell and a right way to talk it. This is me talking your right way of spelling. This is my truth. Yous don't know the truth yourselves 'cause you cannae talk right. This is the 6 o'clock news. Belt up. 4. Sitting guzzling a can of Newcastle Brown, watching Scott Sport, humming the first movement of Nielsen's Third Symphony. Happy as Larry, you might say. I was just turning over the possibility of opening another can when the centre forward picked up a loose ball. He had his back to the right back as he caught it with his instep, and just feinting this way, then this way, he turned and cracked it. Just turned and cracked it. On one movement, into the net. 5. At the grand theological tennis match between the orthodox all-crocs and the trendy all-stars, a rammy erupted when a young trendy bother boy told his mate who had an all-croc scarf round his shoulders that he was in a flagrant state of non-being for others. To which the all-croc replied, why don't you shut your trap and watch the game in peace? It's no a game, his trendy friend replied, neither am I watching it. I am here to witness a person-to-person encounter before the umpire is meaningful symbol for the umpire above the umpire. To which the all-croc replied, that is a load of pish. Mirabile dictu, it started pishing, and in the true spirit of Christian brotherhood, the pair sat miserably watching the empty court under the one umbrella. 6. It's not the fault of the unions, he said, and the workers been too greedy, he added, and the commies, and no enough moderates stoning up and getting counted, and lame ducks getting what have you bailed out and white elephants getting selt down the river. And, I mean, we've got to pull in our belts and our backs are to the wall. We've got to admit it. Then he took out his number 8 and given a lovely wee chip up right beside the flag and tapped it down for a 3. A birdie. 7. Despite the fact that he belonged to a class of people that had had their language sneered at since he was born, despite a long history of poverty and the violence of people in positions of power, telling him his culture was a sign of his inferiority, that for the purposes of cultural statistics he didn't really exist. Amazing as it might seem, this ordinary working man got up one day and was heard to remark that it wasn't such a bad day to be alive.